What's good, baby? This is gonna be a crazy conversation. This is where I can have fun. This is where I can have fun. I can fucking snap back into myself. This is so funny. And I love Mizkif's chat. I'm just gonna look at Miz's chat. Miz, your chat's great, and I had so much fun yesterday.
Dude, I'm gonna be real with you. My chat is probably the easiest chat to ever deal with. They're fun and they're good people. They're good people. They know that, you know, not everyone's perfect, unlike other chats who have to.
I am fucking perfect. Fuck that.
No, yeah, I was talking about just me.
Right.
You are perfect. You are perfect. But yeah, they were just talking about me.
So wow, this is a real hodgepodge mishmash of people. I can't believe this screen is real right now, to be honest with you. Ansem, Mizkif, Banks. I kind of already introduced what you're doing with your stream, Miz, with the 300K 30-day thing. You want to just introduce yourself to Ansem and also his viewers, kind of talk a little bit about yourself, your history and content and media, why I felt it would be interesting to have you on the show, and then maybe get into the 300K 30-day thing.
Yeah, so my name is Mizkif. I literally just started streaming just a few months ago on Kick, and you know, I've grown a big group of viewers that follow me for a bunch of stuff. I have some people follow me sometimes when I go to the grocery store, and right now I'm doing stock trading with my chat. So I personally believe that the finance area is littered with people that are just trying to constantly make money off of their viewers. They are constantly trying to sell them courses that and usually why people sell courses is because they're not good at what they do. They have to sell courses because they are trying to make money from the course, right? If they were so good, they wouldn't need to do that. So my plan and objective with this is to what? No, yeah, my bad. I just heard an echo now.
Yeah, what? Yeah, Ansem, mute your thing. Yeah. He pulled up your stream. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You can keep that open. It helps me. So my goal for my chat and my community is to teach them investing, to teach them just how compound interest works, how small investments over time, you know, don't buy that Dutch Bros coffee. Don't buy that, you know, OnlyFans for the day. Don't buy things that are just small little things that you add up, put it into the market, invest it over time. And, you know, in 20, 30 years from now, you will have money. And you will be able to relax a lot more. And when you actually need the money for your kids' college funds or whatever it may be in that time, you can pay for it. Compound interest is something that I think a lot of people don't realize and see, and it's extremely valuable for kids and young adults to know and understand, and finance in general. So I don't need money. I mean, I really don't. Like, I make money. I've made money through Kick and other things, but I don't need more money.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I swear I've made money through Kick and other things, but I don't need more money.
How much money have you made throughout the course of your career?
I'm sitting at like 20, close to 20 mil.
That's fine.
But here's the thing. Most of that, I would say 70% is made through the stock market. It's not made through my streams. I've lost money in a lot of my streams because I have to pay for legal cases. But
what's been your best investment to date? Not on your stream, not the 300K thing, but just in general.
Lexapro. No, I'm kidding. My best investment.
That's crazy.
Yo, does his mic suck for us? Can you change the output or whatever? Yeah, your mic.
Yeah, I got it.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah, make the mic better.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Damn. You're good.
Better?
Yeah, this is much better.
No, that's fire. That's lit. That's a great. How long have you been doing the investment thing with your chat for?
I've been doing the thing with my chat now for how long have I been doing this? I've been doing this for 8 years, but I started doing this finance thing 3 days ago.
Yeah, the finance is what I meant.
How's it going? What's the fire looking like?
Well, I mean, the whole Iran thing that happened today kind of hurt us a little bit. We're still positive, depending on the second, but it's look, we're buying a lot today, so there's a lot. We spent over $100,000 today. So,
shit.
To answer your other question though, you said what was your best investment you ever had? Nvidia. I invested in Nvidia like 6 years ago. I've been investing in Nvidia for a long time. Recently, about a year ago, I invested into AMD. and they just had their earnings, which were fantastic. But there's one thing that I've invested in for almost a decade now that has made me almost 60% of that, 10 plus million that I've made in the stock market. And that's the VOO. So what I do is a very simple thing that anyone can do. I'm not a financial advisor, and you guys know it. It's super easy. The VOO is the Standard & Poor's 500 as an ETF. You buy it, and when the stock market, whenever it drops 1%, I always put money in every time. If it drops 1%, while everyone else is panicking, I buy more. If it drops another percent the next day, I buy more. And I did that since last year, and I do it every time. And my portfolio for the VOO is up over 100% over the last year. And it's just simple investment tricks like that, simple things that will make people rich. It can make people have money for their future. It can make viewers who are just sitting around watching, most streamers who are just like picking their nose, doing tier lists and crap that doesn't really matter. They can actually learn something and maybe use it and apply it to their life.
Well, this is kind of the entire point of this show that I'm trying to start in this community.
I love it.
I'm trying to curate. I want a small niche community of people who are interested in just like being better and learning things and having intelligent conversations or productive conversations. Productive is really the word. Like, it's a show about just being as productive as you possibly can with each day and with each move and everything that you do. And yeah, we are trapped in this weird streamer media content bubble, like brain rot, fucking crazy. I don't know. It's fucking insane. And we relate heavily on it. We talk privately a lot about it. Yeah.
The thing is, though, there is such a brain rot community of crap. But what's interesting is it's almost like the stock market over the last few years has been brain rotted. Companies move so much more nowadays from just tweets, random emotions, dumb shit, and
media attention. That's why it's so important.
And those things have moved the market in such fun ways. Like Trump is literally a meme, and he's fucking done insane things to the market on just dumb shit he said. And that's why there's a thing called taco, which I'm sure you guys know is like Trump always chickens out, right?
Yeah,
so you just buy when he pussies out, you buy. And that's what the thing is. That's what I'm saying. Is like the market is pretty fun to watch if you pay attention. It's not this boring thing if you get involved. And the chat can, it gets you more involved in the world. You can talk to people better. It can also make you motivated if you're investing more, right? It's like, hey, look, if I just put this money away, I have a goal of like $10,000 saved. That's awesome. And I did this before. I own a gym. I literally bought a gym with one of my friends to see if I can do it. And it was a brick and mortar. And can a streamer make a business was the idea. And I bought a gym, which fails 90% of the time. We actually made it successful, and it's still running, and it's profitable. And when I did that, I was learning business. My chat was learning business, but also I was generating money through streaming, and they were learning how to work out. They were learning how business works. They were learning how
to build a business. Yeah.
So it's wins all around, instead of just like the daily stream crap where it's like, yeah, dude, let's just watch a streamer hit on a girl and then, that's
farm it, have an opinion of it.
Right. It's like they've seen me do that for 7 years. Right. And I'm gay now.
You're still fucking doing it. You fucked me, man. You fucked me. The biggest clip from yesterday's streaming and you was like you farming the rage thing. I didn't even know it was happening. You're such a cocksucker for that. You really fucked me on that.
Wait, what?
Bro, what rage thing? Do I have to pull it up? I'll pull it up.
What, are you pulling up her high school yearbook?
Dude, you're insane. Like you're actually insane. We're on Twitch. Don't get me fucking banned.
You're not gonna get banned, dude.
Let's watch this.
Dan Clancy loves me. You're good here.
3 million views, 10,000 likes, and there's a bunch of fucking like quote tweets that have just. I'm Ricky. Pleasure. How old are you?
I'm not underage.
She's 19.
Brutal, man. Get the fuck off the stream.
No, I think it's fine to hang out with 19-year-olds when you're 31.
Do you?
Yeah.
I bet you do.
I think it's fine.
You guys.
Come here, sit on my lap, honey.
Please, I'm begging
Come
you.
here.
I'm begging you guys don't.
Come here, sweetie.
I can't survive something like this. I can't.
Hey, he's talking to you.
I'm already on
He's
thin
asking you to go on his lap.
And look at the FaZe Banks, uncomfortable, Mizkif, shots fired, your rage, streaming, Yana, 19 years old. Half of this tweet I don't even fucking understand, first of all. I don't care to understand. I don't want to understand. But it's like, you're such a cocksucker, man.
You got to realize though, you looked good in the clip. I looked bad, right? Because I'm the one farming it. You're the one that stayed out of it. So
no, but then
I saw
it gets quote tweeted, and it's like you're gonna act like you weren't fucking on Charlie D'Amelio when she was this and that, and then it fucking spirals out of control, and I'm just getting fucking the juices squeezed and sucked out of me. It's like I
Wait,
can't.
so she did suck the juices in out of you?
You're an idiot. And this is why, by the way, you're very good at what you do, and it's interesting because you're a fucking streamer. You've been streaming for how long?
Is that 7, 8 years?
Yeah, like 8 years.
And you started out as Ice Poseidon's mod?
No,
mod?
dude. I know.
So how did you get into streaming? How did you start? Like, what was the?
He was Ice Poseidon's mod.
I was Ice Poseidon's cameraman.
So what's okay?
Who's Ice Poseidon? I don't know who that is.
There's a huge difference, and you don't this is why I understand streaming and you don't. There's a huge difference.
Who's Ice Poseidon?
Daddy. He's my. So basically, he's a streamer that he kind of was the creator of IRL. I would say, if you want to really describe him in a serious way, he's the creator of IRL.
Oh, okay.
Like he didn't create it, but he pioneered IRL to the point where it is where it is today. Like he's, in my opinion, I will say this very bluntly. I've always said this. He had the best streams of all time for 2018. If you were there, you know. It wasn't like streams are something you can walk away from and you can get the news. His streams were so good for just that 1 year or 2 years of content, you couldn't look away. Like it was like, it was better than television. It was better than anything on Netflix. It was the best content you can ever see. It will never be beat. I will say that every day. Ice Poseidon's 2018-19 era will never be beaten content. Speed, don't care who you are. His content.
A popular question that people ask streamers is like, who's the fucking Mount Rushmore of streaming? And I've always been confused as to why I never hear people say Ice. I never hear people say.
He's like Voldemort to a lot of people, right? Or people forgot about him.
Yeah, but you gotta give credit where it's due, though.
And so that's you were his cameraman following him, and then you learned how to stream, I guess, from him because he was the best at streaming. I know you said you made a lot from streaming, but you've invested that. So prior to me investing, I was a software engineer, but it would have been a lot easier if I had a lot larger capital, I guess, to start with. How did you make your money in streaming? Because I don't know much about stream culture. Is it from like the subs? Is it from like the sponsors? Is it from like, how does that work?
So I started, from Ice Poseidon holding his camera, I was already popular. I was making YouTube videos on streamers. And they were like documentaries, but they were mockumentaries. They were jokes.
Okay.
And they blew up, and then I flew out to do a video on him. Then he needed a cameraman, so I did it, and that's how that started. As for when it comes to that's how I learned, I'm gonna be real with you. I studied streaming for 5 years. I didn't watch streams really to enjoy them. I would watch streams to learn what they're doing and how I can do it better because I knew one day I wanted to be a streamer. So I was learning by sitting there and being like, why does he do this? How does this work? He farms this. And I learned how to be a streamer and how to grow before I even knew Ice. But as for the idea of the money, where that came from, I didn't have any money when I started. I had like, when I actually flew to Ice, I went negative in my bank account. I had money in my stocks.
That's so raw.
Yeah, because this is a crazy story, but
I think it's a really important part of the come up for anybody. Like anybody's come up arc story, like it's really important to get really close to broke.
Yeah, I was
sure.
I was broke. YouTube was not paying me, and I was basically broke. I could take out from my stocks, but I didn't want to. So I'll give you the whole story in like 1 minute. In 2012 or 11, or whenever Wolf of Wall Street came out, I started getting involved in investing like 2 years before that. I was investing under my dad's account. And when Wolf of Wall Street came out, I knew that penny stocks would surge. So I started investing in weed stocks. Like these are random companies for weed because weed was getting legalized back then. And so I was like, I'm riding the hype. There was a guy on Twitter. His name was Wolf of Weed Street that I followed. And everything he said would work. He would literally say, this stock is going to go to 60 cents. It would. This stock's going to go to 20 cents. He literally was never wrong because he was just pumping the fuck out of these stocks by buying in early. And it was illegal as shit.
Sounds like crypto.
Yeah, it was literally crypto before crypto penny stocks shit. And I followed him on everything he did. And I got into his newsroom early. So I would get the shit early while everyone else was having to wait what he was going to say. And I had
you bought a course. No, you joined a paid group.
No, I got in for free because I was there early.
Well,
He started charging for
yeah,
$80. I was there early.
But you were in a paid group.
Yeah, I wasn't a paid group. Yeah, it was so. But this was like a 4-month thing. I went from $2,500 to like $140,000.
So the paid group worked.
Yeah, it worked. And then one day he was like, he said to short Tesla or something. Like he started getting out of the weed stocks and started getting to real shit. So I put like 30 grand into it before I got onto a flight. And by the time I got off the flight, it was at $0. And then basically everyone was like, all right, dude, this guy's done. And he deleted his shit. Everyone left the groups. And I remember there was this one guy who was there. He's
Exit
like,
scam. It's crazy.
He's like, I just put in $80,000 of all my retirement money into this, and I just lost it all.
That's so brutal.
No.
And I'm like,
no.
Wow.
So yeah, all said and done, the paid group was a
Success.
scam.
Oh.
Scam.
Well, for me, it was a
Fuck you mean
success.
Yeah, I guess
I
for
didn't
you.
lose
It was
money,
like- I guess it
So,
was. for you.
So what happened after that?
So then I had all this money, and I was investing into stuff. I've been investing into the VU for 10 years now from that. So I was investing. My friends were giving me money in college to invest with. My friend Dave gave me some money, so I invested for him. So I started investing into things in general. I was gonna go work for Vanguard. Actually, I was in their red flag program. I don't remember what it was really called, but it was like for people that were like really. I had a 3.85 GPA, and I took their test, and I got like almost 100. So I was gonna go to like their best program to become a financial advisor. But when that happened, I was in a pool with my friends, and I was trying to entertain them. So I drank pool water, and I swallowed it. And then a day later, I got really fucking sick. Yeah, I got really sick, and then I went to the hospital. I almost died because I got a heart virus. So I almost died, and then from this heart virus,
I have a 4.0 GPA. I fucking scored 100 on this crazy test. I went home and I drank pool water. Something's not adding up, brother.
I swear to God, this story is true. You can ask my chat. I have every reliable source in the world that this whole story is true. Everything I'm saying is factual. They've asked my parents. I have a virus called viral myocarditis, where basically I almost died, and I would have died.
You still have it?
You have it forever. I can randomly die.
Oh my God.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
viruses just don't go away. Yeah, I could randomly die. So I went to this doctor after all this, and the doctor traumatized me. It was the first time I ever felt trauma in my life. I go to the heart doctor, and he's doing his tests, and he's like, "You have viral myocarditis at such a young age." I'm like, "Yeah, it sucks." He's like, "Man, my friend just died from that." And I was like, I started crying. I let my dad screamed at the guy. I was about to fight him. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You're telling a kid that your friend almost just died from that, and you think that's okay?" So I was like,
doctors are so cold, so brutal, especially the longer they've been in there. I have a similar story. I was feeling lethargic and like just tired in my day to day when I lived at the original FaZe house in New York. I went to the doctor, told them, "Yo, I don't have insurance and like I don't have a ton of money right now, but I feel X, Y, and Z symptoms." And this guy fucking pilled me in the next 20 minutes into thinking that I could possibly have a brain tumor. He's like, "I want to test for this, for that, blood work, whatever." Ran it up on me. All the tests and shit cost like 8-9 bands that I did not have. But this guy's telling me, "This sounds like you might have a fucking tumor in your brain." And I'm like, "What?" I go home for a week and fucking panic. And yeah, that's horrible.
So I was about to go to this flag program at Vanguard, but I just had this heart virus, and it was in like 2 months I was going to start. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to take a fucking risk, and I'm going to see, because I've always loved entertaining. It's been what I've always been good at. But I took a lot of Adderall to be good at finance. Like I took a shit ton of Adderall. I don't know if you guys are sponsored by Adderall. It's a great company. So
we're sober over here, sober 3 years.
So I was heavy on Adderall, and that was also part of why I had a bad heart, because I took so much Adderall that it fucks your heart. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a fucking risk. I'm young. Why don't I try this whole entertainment thing? And if it doesn't work, I'll go to the flag program next year. So I called my guy who was my manager for the Vanguard, and I said, "Hey, look, I want to do this, but in a year, I'm going to try this shit." He's like, "All right, go for it." So I was like, "All right, I'm going to try streaming, YouTube, whatever it is." I thought about it, and I'm like, why don't being a streamer is impossible. Even back then in 2018, you're never going to make it starting at 1 viewers. It wasn't going to happen. But what if I get a name by making YouTube videos of the streamers. So I made a name by making videos about Ice Poseidon, and then they would react to it, and then their communities would sub. And I actually grew a YouTube pretty fast. I got up to like 1 million views a video, and then that's how I started streaming. So it's a whole crazy story. And then I started growing. I grew, and then false allegations ruined me. I grew. False allegations ruined me, and now I'm on a podcast with Fangs. So that it's really just. But the thing is, you know, I'm a very tough guy. I'm very strong mentally, and I know that.
Yeah, you're a very resilient motherfucker, and that's another thing I really respect about you and appreciate about you. I appreciate it. It's good. Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'll never give up, and it's honestly a lot of it is my chat. They've been there and they get it, and they know that I didn't do what has been said. But regardless of that crap, I want to do stuff that basically I had this whole career, and how I made a lot of my money was through investing. And you asked it before about how you make money in streaming.
Yeah.
So it's changed a lot over the years. So the first like 10 years of streaming, which was like 2010 to 2020, it was all through donations. So there was this guy named Recful that basically started this, where you would get donations to your PayPal, and then an alert would pop up on your screen on the stream. So it'd say, hey, look, Brian donated $10. So Brian would donate because he wants to get his name on stream. And he would also donate to get recognition and be like, hey, look, this is, you know, I like your content. So that was how it was done for a while. Then subs came into play. So now people get subs, but even that's not as big anymore. The big thing that people make money on streaming is sponsors. So they'll get like a game sponsor. You can have a streamer that gets 20,000 viewers, and if they play a game, they'll get $20,000 an hour.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. That's how a lot of streamers make their money. A lot of girl streamers, I'm not trying to be sexist, they make their money through their OnlyFans and things like that, where they'll stream, they'll say, check out my socials, you'll go click it, you'll go to their OnlyFans, you'll pay like $500 to get down the rabbit hole. You ask constantly if they're going to finally send you the nudes that you asked for, and then it's just them in a bra. So
got you.
That happens a lot. And then that's really how a lot of content creators make money, is through that. But also there's advertisements on Twitch. So they run ads every hour. So I was running 8 minutes of ads an hour, and I was averaging like 15,000 viewers. So I was getting about like $900 an hour, $800 an hour. Just from those ads. So there's a lot of money to be made. It's very lucrative streaming, because you're keeping someone's attention for so long, which is so hard to do nowadays.
Yeah.
But the real blow up and the real thing that was crazy money was COVID. I mean, dude, I was getting like $50,000 sponsors for an hour. It was
that's crazy. I thought there was a lot of wild shit going on during COVID when that shit was popped off.
Well, the thing is, they had nowhere else to spend money, and they have to spend money for the marketing.
Everybody was online,
throwing it at streamers. I mean, and then that's when gambling companies blew up, right? So that's a whole different ballgame.
So the content, I guess, in a lot of the streams, I know you talked about gaming, you've talked about like lifestyle stuff. Are those the two main ones that people stream when they're talking about it? I know now you're doing the finance stuff, which is cool, very commendable, by the way. But I guess the content of a lot of the streams is mostly like what Speed does, or like,
I would say Speed's an anomaly. I think most streamers are lazy as hell. One in chat if you agree. Most streamers are extremely lazy and they don't want to innovate. Speed is an innovator. Most streamers got popular in a game, whether they were good at it or they were friends with someone. They had a peak 4 years ago and they're just still playing that game, right? Or they have a friend group they've had for 5 years and they don't want to let it go.
Well, it's in my opinion, what defines like a legacy creator, somebody who can exist over 10, 15 years, is the pivot. Like a lot of people don't have the ability to pivot.
It's the risk, and they don't want to take risks.
Yeah, people are one-trick ponies. That is another huge contributor to that. But
yeah, like, for example, for me, I started off playing World of Warcraft. Then I went to Call of Duty. Then from there, I started bringing on girls. Then from there, I started bringing on girls. Then from there, I started bringing on Asian women. Right, I really learned my craft.
Brother, I walked in this motherfucker's crib yesterday, and I'm not kidding. This is real. I walk in that house that you're looking at right now. I ask where I can take a piss. Somewhere over there, go over there. I start exploring this kid's crib, and I'm going around, and every fucking door I open, there's another Asian girl in it. There was like 6 Asian women like camped out at his house. By the way, it's like
Yes.
3 p.m. Half of them are sleeping. I think one of them was chained by her neck to the wall. Like it was a
Yes.
fucking
What the
scene.
fuck?
It was a fucking weird.
Oh, hell
This fool's a weirdo.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, different strokes for different folks, right? I mean,
Yeah, you
that's
like
just
what you
how it
like,
is.
bro.
I mean, yeah, like,
But this fool is a tier 1 gooner. Like you really are. You love that shit.
Bro, he started
mean,
with World of
listen.
Warcraft, bro. Of course he's a gooner.
some people zap their dogs. I zap Asian women. Okay. Like, what do you want me to do? So, like, we
That
just all
one's
have
gonna
different-
fly right over Ansem's head. This is a Hassan Piker joke. This is like real deep.
Oh, I
streaming
did.
shit.
I did. No, I have. I saw this shit that went viral on it, and people were like upset at him for it, right? Because the dog was like twitching and shit.
They.
Oh God.
Well, it was to me. It was a little.
Let's
it was
just leave
fucking-
this one alone, Miz. Let's not get too out of control in this stream, okay? It's a stream about money, attention, AI literacy.
I'm trying to learn, bro. I'm trying to
let's
learn
just color
about the
inside the
streaming
lines.
culture.
You don't want to. I promise you, brother, you're in the best spot you could possibly be in.
Oh yeah, if you want to learn streaming culture, I'm your guy. I can teach you. I know at the ends. I mean, I made the videos on the streamers for the culture.
Wait,
I
so
think you guys should talk way more over this next month.
when you,
By the way.
I'm down. I'm definitely down. Bro, when you were playing World of Warcraft, I played World of Warcraft too. By the way, I played it a lot actually. I played with my dad. I played like arena and all that shit.
Oh shit! Wait, what was your rating?
Like 2200.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was good.
No, that's good. Wait.
I was young, though.
Did you see OnlyFangs?
Only Fangs. Nah. I don't think
Hardcore
so.
WoW that blew up in the past 2 years.
Oh, what's that?
Basically, I started this whole meta called OnlyFangs, where I got a bunch of people together to start a guild where it was hardcore WoW. It blew up. It was the biggest thing on Twitch. It was everywhere, and we did it for 2 years. And someone in my chat saying I did start it. I literally gave the idea to Soda and said, "No, you need to be the leader. I don't want to be the leader because you are the best leader for this because it makes the most sense." I did start it, and I did. Chance even admitted I did.
That's
I started
legendary.
it because you know what I do? I do innovative stuff. Does it always work? Yes, but does it-
Bro, no, I played hella WoW. I had twinks at every level. You know, you had like the 19, 29, 39,
29,
49, 59. I had that, the whole shit. I played it nonstop, bro. Like a lot. What was your main?
Hold on, I'm looking at my mod. My main was I'm a resto druid or druid in general.
Oh, okay. Fire. I was a fucking ice mage.
Oh shit, you're a mage. Oh, so yeah, you're 2200. That makes sense. Yeah, no, I was a resto druid.
Oh, that's fire.
Yep. But yeah, no, I started with WoW, then I went to other stuff. I really have been just chatting for a lot of years, but I've done a lot of things. I made this org blew up called OTK. And it was the biggest org on Twitch.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, we were huge for like 3 years. We basically ran everything.
Dude, we have such a similar arc. It's so weird.
Yeah, we do.
It's so weird, man. And I really, again, I might be the only person on the internet prepared to like glaze you, but like you deserve so much more than what you've been given as far as like the credit stuff. Just know I understand like how that shit feels to innovate things, to just kind of do things because you love to create things, you love to put things out and just be misinterpreted and misconstrued. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. Even the OnlyFangs thing, like I've seen that. I've never played WoW a day in my life, but I saw that with the pirate software guy and kind of all like I saw this resurgence of like popularity around World of Warcraft and all the drama and all that stuff. And I had no fucking clue you were anywhere even near that, let alone started it, you know?
No, I fully had the idea. I fully started it. I'm the one that got people together, and then Chance I just was the leader. Like it was my idea, and like you're right. I people are like, dude, you're a victim. It's like, no, I have been given the worst and most unfair cards in streaming for.
Oh, we
how
are
much I've done.
very, very lucky. You can admit this, and I hope that you take the time, because even yesterday on the stream, you're like, I fucking hate my life. I hate hearing that from you, and we have.
Oh no, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen. Am I lucky? Yeah, I'm lucky that there's no. Yeah, I'm a lucky guy. I would say that. But have I worked harder than every other streamer basically in this industry? Yes. Have I innovated a lot more than most people? Yes. Do I think that? But the thing is, my time isn't done. This is just part of my story, and I know that as my story continues, as more chapters unfold, this is not my end, and it's not even damn close. Like now I'm pivoting into finance content, and the people are loving it. Like they're wanting more. They want it, and I'm really
that's really dope.
That we were just having, bro. I've had visions on fucking more content and feeding the people more content like this in like the world of finance, specifically crypto, because I came into crypto super, super passionate, became this like NFT evangelist, spent a fuck ton of money, a fuck ton of time, you know, bought into a bunch of projects for the culture, trying to establish some sort of, you know, rapport in that community because it was fun for me and because I saw something that other people didn't see. It worked out. I made a bunch of money in NFTs because I made some good trades. But like I've been trying to pill Ansem on doing content like this since I met him.
Yeah.
It's literally since I met him. Thread guy used to do spaces. That was the meta. They all used to do spaces on Twitter and they would just voice to voice. And I'm like, yo, why don't you get on Twitch? Like you should fucking stream. There's nobody doing this shit. And there's obviously a demand.
Well, actually, there is one, the guy, the stock guy. He's the GOAT. I really think
who
you should
that
bring
is,
him on the show.
The stock guy is his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's a funny, creative, good guy. He's very smart. You should definitely have him on the show. He's a
I'll do my research on him and we'll
make it happen
on next week. Yeah, you can come on next week. The stock guy, if you're watching this, would love to have you on.
It seems like streaming is getting like a lot more popular outside of just the streamers though. Like there's athletes who want to stream now. There's like celebs who want to stream. Like it seems like everybody is kind of trending in that direction. I saw a lot of people were mad at Jaylen Brown the other day because they lost to the Sixers in Game 7. And then the next day he was on like Twitch doing a stream, like looking at all the plays and everything. And there were some people reacted to it like everybody is trying to stream now. I guess what are your thoughts on what's next, you think, going to be innovative for streaming and like around that
GTA
and like
6.
Where it's going? GTA 6?
Yeah, I personally think that IRL is so overinflated and it's boring. I mean, the fact that you have content creators literally flying from state to state and no one cares is crazy, and it's just unrealistic to keep up this expectation. I think that it's a pendulum will swing and it'll go back to GTA 6. I think, in my opinion, content creators are just focusing on such clips nowadays so much that they're not actually caring about the stream, and it's become fucking boring and vape. There's the thing. There are creators, though, that can do both. And I will say this, Stable Ronaldo is one of them, that he can actually entertain while also farming clips. And that's
Ron's a generational talent. He's another person who's pivoted very well, and like he's going to be around forever. Like that would be my pick to win it all as far as the X FaZe core group of guys. This might be a stupid question, and before I say it, I just want to say I do see the value in streaming, and exactly what you said, Jaylen Brown hopping on. I think streaming is a very, very good median in platform and way to distribute like honest thoughts, and respond to things, like to sit down and just talk to the world.
Yeah.
But what I don't necessarily agree with is the sentiment that streaming is getting more popular. Because I just had this conversation yesterday. Like even the biggest streamers in the world who stream to, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 viewers, that's not a ton of people, right? Like there aren't a ton of people who will sit and watch an actual stream. What is getting popular is like clipping has completely taken over. And the reason why streamers are being clipped so much, and the reason why streamers are kind of at the forefront of that is just because they're streaming all day long. Their content output, there's so much of it that they're being clipped in their communities too, even though they're smaller and niche. And when I say smaller, like I think that the number 30,000 people is a small number in the grand scheme of the fucking planet. There's no like, these aren't like gate kept links. Like all you have to do is click the link and you're watching a stream, right? And 20, 30,000 people compared to the 7.8 billion people on the planet, it's not that much. You go into like a stadium, like a fucking, what's the average like football stadium?
Like 50,000.
50,000. Yeah, you go to a football stadium, 50,000 people in person is a lot of people, but think about what those people had to do to get there. They had to buy the ticket, they had to drive to the stadium, they had to fucking set their day aside to go do that, right? And you see it, 50,000. But all these motherfuckers have to do is click a link, right?
And they're not doing it right.
So I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. I
can answer it.
Yeah, please. I would love to know your opinion on that.
Well, so the reason why it's the thing is, just because it's popular doesn't mean that it's growing, right? Streaming is very popular. In fact, I completely agree. It's growing faster than ever before. It is more popular than ever before. You ask kids nowadays, about like 10 years ago, what do they want to be? YouTubers, right? Nowadays, they all want to be streamers. Streaming is more popular due to clips, but that doesn't mean people are watching streams. And the reason why they're not watching streams is because it's oversaturated. It's because Streamers are not good streamers anymore. You will have streamers pop up nowadays who got popular on TikTok that get millions of views. They'll start, but they don't know how to be a good streamer long term, and they'll phase out in like 2 or 3 months and be irrelevant. On Twitch, when before all this clipping crap, streamers had to kind of gradually grow on Twitch. They didn't have these massive pop-offs randomly. And because of that, you had good streamers that understood the culture that were able to keep going. Nowadays, that's not a thing. Streamers are just getting big on TikTok. They don't know how to stream long-term. They get bored. They leave. Number two, the reason why it's popular but it's not growing is that it's since it is everywhere, since you could just see clips of streamers all day, there's no point to watching streams. There's a reason why you don't see clips of Netflix shows all the time on your Twitter feed, and you see endings of Netflix shows on your Twitter feed. They will DMCA the fuck out of it, because if you do see that, you're not going to go to Netflix, and they know that, right? So they don't want that out there. And because that's the reason why they do that. But streaming's, that's not what it's like. I would never watch a stream because I could just go on Twitter. I see the whole stream. What's the point of me watching 3 hours of fluff when you've given me the best content of it on my feed? So clipping has destroyed the reason to go watch a streamer. And then not only that, it's destroyed the reason to watch their YouTube channels. It's destroyed the reason to care about any of their socials besides Instagram and TikTok. And just because streamers are more popular than ever doesn't mean that they're getting more views. An example is Soda Poppin. Soda Poppin is an OG streamer. He is on the Mount Rushmore of streamers, right? But Soda Poppin gets like 10K viewers doing whatever the fuck he wants. He's been around for 15 years now. He has no clips. He has no anything, but he's just known for being a streamer. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Jason the Ween gets 1 billion views a month, probably, literally, on clips, and gets just as many views as a 32-year-old playing boring-ass games, barely talking. Why? It's because people who watch clips don't give a fuck about the streamer, because why should they? I don't need to watch Core. I could just get my news in 2 seconds. Silky ate something. Ron said a funny joke, and Marlon looked at the camera, right? I don't need to watch a 4-hour VOD to find out that information. So that's hurt streaming in general. So yes, it is more popular. That doesn't mean that people are watching it.
So you think it's basically, that makes a ton of sense. Actually, that's great context. So you think it's two kind of disparate groups. There's one group who is like watching the actual streams. If it's something with educational content or something interesting, they'll watch the entire thing. And those are the people, I guess, you're building the community with. And those are probably the people who last longer over time in streaming. And there's people who are just like the TikTokers who are scrolling the timeline and they consume all the clips and all of that content.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people come to Twitch that are streaming in general, and they're like, dude, I'm famous, or like I'm an NFL player, I'm a basketball player, but they only get 50
it doesn't
views.
Matter.
Straight up, they only get 50 views, and
I've
no one
that.
cares, because the thing is, we don't care that you're a celebrity, and I hope celebrities realize that about viewers on Twitch. We don't give a fuck that you're a celebrity. In fact, that makes you not relatable. Why streamers grow, why people love streamers, is because of the relatability. It's because they could see themselves in them.
That's why I've always really, really liked the friend group model. That's why I feel like the friend group model has always been so fucking strong. It's like,
what's the friend group model?
Like you construct, and I always liked, like, what I liked about the FaZe group that we just had, the Jason, the Lacey, the fucking Max, Silky, Ron, Adapt. Like, this is a very like hodgepodge mishmash group of people. And I remember like the biggest point of criticism off rip was that this is never going to work. They're too different. But for me, that was by design. Yeah. That was intentional, like for them to be different and kind of everybody to play a certain role and appeal to a certain demographic and be, Lacey's the relatable, like, he's a slim, thin, trim looking, handsome kid now, but he was like the fat friend, like lolcow, right? Like, and like he would roll with that and he would play with that. He would play that, whatever. Silky's like from fucking New York, like tough guy, grew up, whatever type of way. Max is like the artist, wants to make music, whatever. Ron is just like fucking goofy and funny, understands the internet. He's going to make you laugh, and then Adapts like the OG fucking, he's playing the role that we used to play with him, which is like big bro, Unk, and it like worked really
it was very good synergy. And you got like the reason
beautiful
is though,
synergy.
Why is Ron the most successful in my opinion in terms of being a streamer, and he will be?
Because he is a streamer.
It's because Ron's the most relatable. You see him and you're like, he's an average looking dude that really just wants to fuck around and play games, and he talks to his chat, and he's very interactive, and he understands that. And what's happened a lot with streamers nowadays, and why they are not doing as well, and they need to bot like crazy, is streamers have become unrelatable, and they become unrelatable so fast that now that's why a lot of people hate streamers. They're not relatable. Back like 5 years ago, we all were relatable because we didn't make millions of dollars a month. We didn't have these big paychecks. We weren't trying to buy Gucci bags and shit. And when people see that, they don't want to watch them do that all the time. They want to watch someone they feel like they can be friends with.
I
And
think while that's
we've
still
lost that model very hard over the past few years. Like Lacey, I'll give it as an example. Lacey is someone that was the fat guy, was the funny guy. He was relatable. But now Lacey like basically became like a Marlon 2.0. That relatability has dropped dramatically because you don't like he's trying to look really good. He's trying to farm aura. And yeah, it gets good clips, but it's not something that you want to watch someone for stream for 8 hours.
I don't think it's necessarily an issue for him to want to go look better, be healthier. I've actually talked to Lacey a little bit about like health and like dieting and just being better. I think there is a level of relatability to that. And especially if like that.
Yes, it's a relatability while it happens, but not when it happens.
Okay, fair. That's a take. But I don't know. That's positive output too. Like we're looking at the rise of clavicular and looks maxing and fucking bone smashing and getting jerked off live on stream and being fucking, that for a community of young impressionable men versus like Lacey wanting to lose weight and feel better about himself and being honest about that process. I don't know. I feel like that it's all about how you do it. I also don't
just
know
because it's good for him doesn't mean it's good for like the community parasocialism idea. I agree with you. It's healthy.
Well, what about the kid? What about the kid in the chat who like is also overweight and fucking feels like shit about himself, and he like goes with the flow and he like lets everybody laugh at him and he pokes fun at himself, but deep down there's a deep fucking sadness and insecurity. And Lacey goes and does it, and he looks at Lacey and he says, oh, I can do it too. The Hodge twins, for example, changed my whole life. I watched a video probably fucking 15 years ago that the Hodge twins did around intermittent fasting and how this will work to lose weight. And I went and lost 30-40 pounds, and it spiraled and snowballed into whatever, everything that I know today.
So
about
I'll say this: you're right. That fat kid wants to watch, but when when Lacey becomes thin, good looking, and all this stuff, and he's moved on, that new viewer who's fat has no relatability to Lacey. Just because Lacey was fat years ago, that's not going to make you relatable. What's relatable is trying. What's relatable is the difficulty. What's relatable is like he isn't eating that piece of food. It's not relatable when he is not fat. It's relatable when he's trying to not be fat. And this has happened time and time again with streaming.
You could go as far to say the most popular one of the core group is Marlon as far as mainstream success goes, and his social media as far as like TikTok, Instagram, whatever. He's probably the least relatable person in the group. He's like extremely fucking handsome, and it's like unattainable, and it's like, he's the least relatable in my opinion. Why is he the most successful in a lot of metrics, in a lot of regards then?
Well, because it's short form content, right? It's more it's that quick, I want to stare at you, you're beautiful aura. You don't need to farm parasocialism with that necessarily. You could farm, any type of viewer. But if you want a viewer to watch your stream, to be a part of your journey, because that's what streaming a lot of is. It's your journey. If you're going for this IRL concept, they're not going to care about your journey because it's boring. You are hot. You are rich. You get with the best girls. You've done it all. You beat the game. You want to watch the journey. You don't care about the end. And Marlon feels like that. Think of how crazy this is. Marlon's that big everywhere. Everyone knows he streams. He gets a few thousand viewers. Dude, I used to get 20,000 viewers doing ads.
So my question is then,
I was nothing like these kids.
I personally like to watch content of people, and I like to hear people talk who are smarter than me, who have more money than me, who are better than me, who are in better shape than me, etc. Because I find it to be productive. I find it to be an opportunity for me to learn and add to myself and improve as a person. That's the type of content that I like to consume. Obviously, we're talking about streaming specifically right now, and we're talking about the parasocial relationship relatability with streaming. My question, I guess, to you is, do you think there is a place in the market of streaming for content like that? Like you're doing the finance stream, this show, for example, like, do people want to see that? Do they want to improve their life? Do they want to improve their standing, their position?
Oh, absolutely. Like there is.
Who's doing that the best?
In terms of, here's the thing. there is a huge market that is untapped on the internet on streaming, which is trying to do finance and trying to do this kind of content or productivity. There's a lot of things that you could do, but streamers are lazy, man, and they just see what has worked and they don't want to try to change it. They see, do the tier list, do the shit that me and Ludwig did for 5 years, copy the models and paste, and basically make your millions, because they don't need to innovate. A lot of these younger kids, they don't. Why does Jason need to innovate? He doesn't. He has that parasocial viewers. He has those viewers that want to watch him grow. He has those viewers that are obsessed with him. But these older viewers, these 30-year-olds, these people that have been around for a long time, they're losing that parasocialism with guys that are older. And they should. They're getting older. They're getting families. They don't care anymore. So what should they do? They should pivot. But I think a lot of these older streamers have no talent, and they'd rather go down with the ship, try to make a couple extra bucks, than actually try to innovate and possibly hurt their career. Now, I will say this. Is there room for finance content like you're doing or I'm doing? Absolutely. Dude, viewers always want to do better, and viewers want to get something out of what's the reward of watching me go do an IRL and go buy a food? There's no reward. You might get a laugh or two. Who gives a fuck? You don't need to do that. The reward is now they can watch me make them money. They can watch and learn about finance. They can watch you and learn about finance. And that's so important and such a value that if you can make it entertaining, you have such a big layup on everyone else, because the Jason style, the FaZe Clan style, whatever it is, even the OTK style we had, it does fade. As you get older, it gets cringier. As you get older, friends dissipate. They all want to do different stuff. It's what happens. But finance, politics, business, things that grow for your rest of your life, it stays forever. Grayson, what's going on, dude? I haven't seen you in a while.
I think what's been interesting for me, like with being on Twitter, is that parasocial relationship that you're talking about. People do care about that a lot. And it's weird in crypto because everybody's anonymous. And my account on Twitter wasn't anonymous, but it wasn't anonymous because it was just my regular Twitter that I was sharing on my, like, with my friends from college and friends from everywhere else. And when I started doing Twitter and started trading, I just started putting that content out there in the same place that I was like going out on the weekends and tweeting about being out and all the other things that I was tweeting about. So like during the bear markets, when I was tweeting about stuff that wasn't crypto specific, I had this whole community of people that were just like following me and knew me as a person. And then like as my account started to blow up, there's a ton of situations where people would take things out of context that I did, or like over-index on stuff I was wrong on when talking about trades. But then there was a core group of people who had been following me for like...
One sec. By the way, I could, whenever I'm pulling up the ninja thing, you can see the images. I just went full cam, but yeah. I don't know what I should watch on my stream.
What'd you say?
I could see like the DM thing, whatever, for a second.
What DM thing? What are you talking about?
On my screen? Yeah. I was looking at my Twitter.
Okay, yeah. I just want to let you know that I could see that.
Yeah.
I also could see a guy on the bottom that is hanging out. He's muted.
Oh yeah. No, it's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm aware of that.
Okay, yeah. I didn't want to leak anything.
No, you're good. Yeah, I was saying it's like the community of people that I had following me would be like a lot more responsive and a lot more like defending of me when they have seen like my journey as a trader, my journey as being on CT, because I really was just a regular person tweeting. And then like my account blew up and now I'm this figure that people kind of like don't view as a person. And it's like there are people who were there as the core group who do view me as a person. So I definitely believe the parasocial effect is super important. And people trust you a lot more when they know what your intentions are. So it's definitely a real thing with streaming and also just internet content. I've never done streaming. I've always just been the tweeter guy. But yeah, it's interesting to see that the overlap there actually carries the same way.
Yeah, no, it's huge. Parasocialism is everything when it comes to streaming.
Obviously you're on the fucking worser end of the parasocial dynamic right now, Miz. I as well obviously am too, as far as like hardcore streaming culture goes.
In what way? I'm not even hit. In what way?
Just like the narratives around, like obviously a lot of people have kind of chalked it up as and came to the conclusion that FaZe coming to an end was all my fault. Right. There's a million things at play, whatever. But these are, 5 or 6 very strong streaming communities that have come to that conclusion. And yeah, like what comes with that obviously is not fun. You know, you get fucking slammed and whatever. Again, I'm not a victim, whatever. It's just the reality of the situation. I know Miz is in a similar situation. What is your like plan and route out? Because honestly, this is new for me. Not only is streaming new for me, I'm learning a lot. Even hearing you talk about it, it's a very interesting conversation. But like what are your plans? Like what's your, you know, I know what your plans are for the next 30 days, but what's your plans for the next year, 5 years, 10 years?
Dude, I really liked finance and business. I want to keep going with it. I actually am working with Kick. Like I'm kind of like growing Kick as a whole. I'm basically like redoing everything on their side because I think their website UI is ass, and I think the developers could do a lot better. So I'm literally rebuilding Kick, and I'm helping with a lot of stuff. We're going to be launching what are we going to be launching? Crates soon with Kick. We're going to be launching a lot of new things, interactive stuff, make the website interesting to stay on. Not, you know, it doesn't feel like a website you went back to in the time machine in 2011. I also want to get good at golf. I do want you to come out for golf.
I'll play golf. I've never played. It's not that
I was about to say, can you golf, bro?
I've never played golf. I've never swung a golf club. Actually, my PA.
Golf looks
shout out Pierce. Shout out Pierce is like a actual class golfer, from what I hear. He golfs with a bunch of people. People know him to be a good golfer, and he's I'm with him every single day. He's basically my brother.
I really just, dude, I'm telling you, man, I know this is going to sound so fucking cringe. I just want to make people laugh. Like there's nothing more in this world that I love than entertaining. It's been what I love for 31 years of my life. I never want to stop. I know I have a gift at this shit. I love to entertain people, and I do like to make people happy. I know people are like, no, he doesn't. He's a fucking loser. No, if you look at my discography or whatever the fuck it is of people, I've made so many millionaires. I've helped so many people out. I've done so many people so good. And they literally, you know, I'm going to say this and people are not going to believe me on maybe your side, but my chat knows they're all rats. But I don't care. I just like to help out people. I do. I always will. Because I think everyone has a little bit of good in them.
I think we relate heavily on just a lot of things, obviously. But when I see something or I jump into something, I jump in with 2 feet. I go 100%, and I do like to innovate and develop things. Like you're saying with Kick, you have no business wanting to make Kick's website better. That's not your responsibility. I assume at least at this stage, you're not being paid for that. That's not your fucking job. But you can't help yourself. You see something that you know you're aware of because you've been streaming for 15 years where the chat should be this way, or we should incorporate this system because people will stick around for longer. People will want to watch more. People will actually come to Kick for this. You can't help yourself. You see potential and you want to drag it to the surface. You do that with products. You do that with ideas and vision, things moving forward, whether it's in fucking the games you play or the people that you play with, right? Like you've done it with people. You've platformed a bunch of people and made, you know, a ton of people successful, or at least helped in their success. It's like, but where do people like me and you go wrong? Because I share a very similar story. Again, it's like, but here we are in this point where I'm not going to call the people that I've helped rats. Again, I want to put my best foot forward. And honestly, more than anything, genuinely, all I want to do is move on with my life. Like I really am grateful for, you know, the people that want to stick around and actually fucking learn and grow and kind of are in line with the point of the show and kind of what I've been on. You know, I'm fucking sober. I'm healthier than I've ever been, and I just want to lock the fuck in and be successful and be happy and have a small.
I mean, I can tell you what the problem is, and I'm sure you know it. It's you give too much trust, and they take advantage of that, and that's really all it is, dude. You trust people too much.
Surely we have things that we could be better at, right? Like surely, like I do think that I have way too much of an issue, even in business. Like I've been fried a million different ways, a million different times on business stuff because of handshake deals or like doing things in good faith and like doing all the work and then never being, you know, properly compensated or treated for it because I just, you know, I trust.
It's also this, dude. You and I have always been controversial figures, right? And because of that, because of the fact that we have always been content creators, you're always being easy to be thrown to the dogs, right? it's hard to throw someone to the dogs that's loved and admired, because you really have to show like a crazy thing to really make them get thrown. You and I are always easy to throw to the dogs because we have been controversial. We have fucked up.
Scumbag, drug addict, fucking this. That.
I'm a douchebag with a fucking mullet. You're an asshole with tattoos, and because of that, we're easy.
I'm really not an asshole though. I feel like I'm
a huge piece of shit, dickhead. Dog shit human being, and because of that, like that people will take advantage of that, right? They'll say, hey, look, like you could just throw him to the dogs and not have to worry about shit, and that's how it goes. It's also you're emotional. You're a very emotional.
Super
guy.
emotional. I am very, very emotional.
Yeah, I too have been emotional, and that's definitely messed me up a lot too. But I'm not emotional anymore. I've lost that ability to be emotional. I don't. Emotions are not part of my life anymore. So again, shout out to antidepressants. They're great. So yeah, that's basically my whole gist. I want to make people money in my chat. I want to make my chat laugh because I know for them, they know I'm their one-stop shop for actually funny people on the around. There's really not a lot of content creators, but it's also they know I care about streaming and shit more than like 99% of streamers. Most streamers have no passion for this shit. They don't give a fuck. They know I care. I know they'll say cap and bullshit. They know that if I was not making any money on streaming, I would still do it because I love streaming. I love entertaining.
Yeah,
I grew up.
These
My viewers, or streamers or viewers in general on streams, they're me. I was them. I was there. I was a dude. I used to hate watch streamers. That was my life. I hated all of them in 2015. I would watch specifically Mitch Jones, and I would hate watch him because I'm like, this fucking loser is making $1,000 a day, picking his nose and doing nothing but running around Dalaran in World of Warcraft. I can't stand him. And it made me hate him because I'm like, this dude has no degree, no job, no work ethic, and he's making millions of dollars. It drove me nuts.
You said earlier people hate streamers because what was it? How exactly did you say it?
Well, they hate streamers now because we're oversaturated. We're everywhere, and they're talentless a lot of times. But also, it's because they're not relatable.
Not relatable. That's what you said. I think even maybe more of an issue why the average person might like hate streamers is I don't know, just like the what it's kind of done to like society in terms of like I don't know, it's just streamers obviously the name of the game, and the people who climb the ranks the fastest and are the most successful are the people who are the most successful at farming each other. That's all the game is, right? At the end of the day, is that accurate to say? Is that an appropriate thing to say?
You're right, but why do people have to farm each other so much? The reality is because content creators, especially streamers, YouTubers don't have to really fight each other for the spotlight.
Well,
you got to realize
that's not. I can't. That's not true.
Well,
drama has been like a consistent through line and like a common denominator in like a lot of people's success on YouTube and just content in general.
But a YouTuber can upload and another YouTuber can upload, and it doesn't affect it as much. When for streaming, it's real time. So if I'm live and XQC's live, you literally have 10,000 viewers that watch both of us, and some of them are going to go to me, and some of them are going to go to him. It's instantaneous competition. And because of that, it makes people scared. It makes people angry or jealous, or it makes people feel like they need to protect what they have. And that almost puts you in a fight or flight mode, which makes content creators and streamers especially be very aggressive, fight each other, want to attack. And that's what's happened over the past few years is streamers have become a cataclysm and they fight each other.
How you feeling about all this, Ansem? Probably really thick content for you to weave through.
It's interesting. I mean, I think what you guys are talking about with how you're received in doing content and like getting popular online, I think there's a part of it that just you can't avoid the negative piece, because when there's so many people that are watching you, there's always going to be some people that don't agree with what your opinion is, especially if you have strong opinions. But I think that the through line that is the most important is like, if you're doing good things, you're not doing good things because you think you're going to get rewarded for them. You're doing good things because you think they're good things. And that's like the most important for anybody who's a public figure, because once you allow what the response of the public to determine what you're going to do going forward, that's when you stop actually doing those good things that you know are good and know align with what your direction is. So I think that's my main takeaway, but it seems like it's a recurring thing for anybody who just is in the public sphere. It's just how the internet works and operates.
Good take. That's why I think this show is so important, because that's like your take from a million miles away, right? Like, as you can see in this conversation, Miz and I are super, super deep
Yeah,
rooted
super
in
deep
content, right? Like
yeah,
YouTube,
for sure.
Twitch. There's
True.
probably a lot of things that we talk about that you fly straight over your head. You don't even understand what the fuck we're saying to each other. It's
I'm
like
learning a
different
lot.
language. But the same is true in reverse for the finance tech shit with you, which is fucking really cool. And that's probably a good segue into Miz. You're on a 30-day mission to fucking invest $300,000 and make as much money as possible. What is it sitting at right now? 300K you started with. Where are you at? Just fucking say it, bro. The market's down today. It's the third day. And it's fine.
Market's down today.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Let me check. I mean, I know
Semis
people
actually are
waiting for
down
that.
today. Semis are surprisingly down, and software is up today, which is I think is surprising. Semis have been ripping and outperforming shit so hard.
We are at as a community. We are down. It just fucking something just happened, John. We're down about $2,000 after hours. Not sure what happened there.
So what's the total? What's the port?
We're at $299,152, and
So you're basically back at square one.
yeah, and just let anyone know that's listening. Basically, what I do is I am streaming with my chat on Kick. I'm on Kick, and every day I'm doing this, and whatever money we have at the end of $300,000, whether it's $380,000, whatever it could be, if we can make money, hopefully the market keeps going good. They keep. So based on how much they watch, they chat, and they interact, they keep the profit. So if we make 80 grand, my chat splits $80,000, and we have a system that basically makes it so they can. We have a system. Shout out to this guy named Solutions, where we have it all divvied up. We know who's what been watching. It's timed and everything, and they get the profits. So if they're more involved, the more they're here, the more they get. My goal with this, if it goes well, because it's been fucking going so well the past 3 days, is to do $1 million next month. And I'm just like, fuck it.
Hey.
Listen, you're sponsored by Polymarket. Get me them as a sponsor, and I'll make it $2 million. It'd be that probably even crazier. Fuck it.
We can make it happen, bro. That's fucking sick, though. That's awesome.
Yeah. I want them to make money, dude. I want to be able to see, dude, Miz, I actually learned a lot and I made a lot of money. Because I got that so much with the gym content. I had so many people be like, dude, I changed my life. This one viewer I had, his name was like Macy or something. He's like, dude, I lost a lot of weight watching your content. I lost like 3 pounds, and then I started taking Ozempic, and now I'm doing great. I'm like, all right, that's fine, whatever. But I had a lot of people like,
was that a Lacey joke? I can't tell with you sometimes, man. Like, I heard the
He's
last
low key. He's slick with it, bro. He's slick with it. I see the appeal.
He's a freak. He's a freak.
Oh.
I want to start with Miz. You said you guys invested in a bunch of things today. What are like the top 2 or 3 that you guys are most excited about? You and your chat. I want Ansem's feedback.
well, let's ask my chat. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't say it's their portfolio at the end of the day. They're saying AMD. I think they're excited about it. They did AMD, which I think has been good.
AMD was a good spot recently, for sure.
They're actually up on AMD by 5% because they bought the calls and they were up. What's really hurting them right now is we bought CoreWeave after hours, despite the fact that CoreWeave had great financial report and everything, and they were doing great. CoreWeave is getting smacked right now. It's down 11%, and that's literally all of their losses is CoreWeave. It's literally, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, they bought they buy the rumor, sell the news is very famous, and they bought the news, which was really great news. CoreWeave should go up, but you know how it is. It's just these stocks can be crazy.
Yeah, I wonder.
Again, it's just day 3. It's not really a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool. I think I wonder what happened with CoreWeave. It's maybe something on like what they're saying is going to happen for the next year. Because typically when they beat on like the actual numbers, but the stock goes down anyway, it's something that in like the details of what they were talking about and what's happening. So I haven't followed it. I gotta see what.
Didn't the Leopold Aschenbrenner? Didn't he?
He is
wasn't part of his.
Yeah. The Leopold guy has been crushing. The guy who wrote like the situational awareness AI essay, and his fund is up like 10x almost. I think it started like 500 million now to like 5 billion. CoreWeave is one of his biggest positions.
I think it's the only one that hasn't performed like in a disgusting manner, right? Like there was like it was like he had like 7 different positions, and they're all up thousands of percent except CoreWeave.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it is. CoreWeave is one of the ones.
Do you know the story about this guy, Mizkif?
No.
Here, I'll bring it up for your chat.
This guy's a beast, bro.
He's insane. This is such an insane story. He's a 24-year-old guy who got fired basically from OpenAI when he was 22. I think he took 250 mil and turned it into $5.5 billion in a year. And he wrote a whole thing. What was the thing he wrote? What was it called?
Situational awareness.
Situational awareness, basically talking about predicting AGI by 2027. And where everybody's kind of flying and flowing into these AI companies explicitly, he decided to invest in, what was it?
He invested in Bloom Energy, I think was his biggest one that he like smashed.
Nvidia, obviously, SanDisk.
Yeah, he hit I don't think he, so what he did is like he avoided the hyperscalers, like the big names. He didn't do like Google, Meta, or any of those. And what he was looking at is like, okay, if there's going to be all this investment in this infrastructure, there's going to be some companies at different levels that benefit really specifically. And I think Bloom Energy was the one that did really well for him. Yeah.
Right here. You see it right here.
Is like,
yeah, Bloom Energy's up 1,400%.
Yeah, crazy.
And then Lumentum's up 1,300%. SanDisk up 3,100%.
Yep.
CoreWeave, see, it's the only one that isn't, I mean, it's up, but it's the only one that isn't performing in like a fucking disgusting way.
Yeah, I mean, I am surprised that CoreWeave is actually down after hours. I'm not gonna lie, they did beat the revenue. I guess the issue was probably the people are trying to take profits.
I know they have a lot of debt.
They do. Their guidance was missed a little bit, but it shouldn't have dropped the way it is. I mean, but these stocks right now are so volatile, it's crazy. I still believe in it. I think, in my opinion, my chat bought one that I do like and I think is a good buy is Palantir. You know, they're heavily involved in the military and hospitals.
Full set Palantir.
Yeah, my bad. I was thinking of Plants vs. Zombies. Palantir is sick. I think Palantir has a lot of options for growth, but and the thing is, my chat is very invested in AI and databases because that's what they know, and it's smart to be involved in that stuff.
Of course.
But you know, is it gonna? I do believe there's gonna be more growth, obviously, right? We all agree. But the question is, right about this next 30 days, will it have a tumble again?
Yeah.
It just had this crazy run, and they got in on Monday when it had a crazy run, and they were happy. But now they're having a little bit of a downside. But I truly believe, I mean, this is nothing. It's not a big deal. They're into Cat. I think Cat is an amazing buy long term.
I think
Cat is one of the best companies to buy. Yes, you're not buying AI. You're buying the company that makes the data centers that everyone is making around the country right now, and they're the monopoly of that shit. They are in a fantastic buy right now. I think that my chat also bought. What else did they buy that they are very excited about? They bought. Actually, they bought. What is it? Dutch Brothers today. They put 10 grand into Dutch Brothers.
What's that?
The coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
why?
so they spent. Because they think that basically my friend Brian called and he said it's a good buy, and they had good earnings, they had good everything, but they're growing. They have 41 new stores, but the problem with them is their stock tumbled today, so we bought, and let's see what happens. But they just only put 10 grand in, so they get to vote on how much they put in. They could put in a small, medium, or large amount. And for this coffee, they went Trente. They put 20 grand in.
I think Slam on the opposite end of the spectrum with the AI shit, like going as far away from screens and investing in like real life experiences, restaurants, things like that. That nature is always a good bet. Also, just too culturally, like coffee, at least in LA. Miz, you live in LA too. I feel like there's a new like cracking coffee spot popping off every fucking 2 days here.
Yes, there is. That is.
You've noticed this, right? It's crazy, and they all have these popping fucking TikToks. And yeah, shout out Community Goods, shout out fucking Pedro, shout out Maru. Like, there's a bunch of good ones. La La Land in fucking just opened up a couple new spots, and they're all like cracking, bro. Lines.
I mean, it's the same thing with energy drinks, right? Energy drinks always are something that comes and goes. Like when Logan Paul announced his energy drink, I was like, cool, this is gonna be crazy branding and marketing. But how long will this last, right? Because energy drinks phase so fast that, you know, you see C4 was so popular for so many years. It felt like it was everyone had it. Now I don't ever see it. Now I see Celsius everywhere. You know, it changes every few years, the new brands, the new things. I think the same thing with coffee as well, but they're only in it for 30 days. So they're not here forever. They also are in Google. They just bought $20,000 into Google. Google is a great buy, in my opinion, because they are getting the expenses for the data centers. So for cloud, especially with AI is buying into Google Cloud. Anthropic just guaranteed they're going to be spending $200 billion on their cloud services in the next 5 years.
Yep.
I think Google's great. So I'm very big on those. I think my chat has done a great job so far. The only one that's fucking them up is the Plantier, or not Plantier, is CoreWeave. But I do believe CoreWeave will pan out as time.
I mean,
goes on.
just off the basis of the Leopold fool being bullish on that, I'm like, do we slam it? I don't know.
Yeah, and my chat still has money to spend. By the way,
have you guys bought Take Two?
I brought up Take Two on the fucking on the stream yesterday.
You were talking about GTA. Did you guys buy Take Two?
I just don't know. I don't know that Take Two performs in the next 30 days. You know what I mean? Like he's doing that 30-day thing.
Yeah,
These are
30
two
days is
totally
tough.
different questions. 30 days is crazy.
30 days does make it kind of hard because like you could pick 10 winners and like smash, and then they'd be down over the next 30 days, and then it would be like up infinite in the next 6 months. That is
right.
kind of tricky. Right. Yeah. It is
well, here's
tricky.
the thing: if this thing goes well, like I hope it does, and you know we'll see what happens. But if it goes well, dude, I'll keep investing.
This is interesting how the stars are sort of aligning too. And Z, I want you to really get through like the Intel stuff and the Cerebras stuff and really go deep in that. And feel free to share your screen and thoughts because we cut that part short. We talked about how Z's feeling about the crypto markets, but we wanted to save his thoughts on traditional markets for you being on the show because it just makes sense. I do want to hear Z's ideas around the 30-day challenge because he's doing something similar.
Yeah.
Like just randomly. He's doing this competition, which Miz, honestly, low-key mission.
You should hop in, bro. You should hop in. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fun.
It's 4 weeks and everybody's self-funded. You start with 25K with a 25K bankroll, and whoever makes the most money in the 30 days wins 100 bands.
Gets 100K. Yeah.
And Anthem's going to do that. But Z, what is going to be your strategy going into that? Because obviously it's.
I mean, so yeah, it's going to be over 4 weeks, and it's going to be perps. So I don't know, Miz, if you know what perpetual futures are.
Yeah.
So it's 24/7. You can trade anything. We're doing it through Hyperliquid on my app Bullpen, and it'll be like stocks. So stocks will be on there. A lot of the stocks are doing a lot of volume. Crypto will be on there. But my strategy is going to be it's going to be shorter time frame stuff, like optimizing for that instead of like longer term, like multi-year holds. So I'm going to be day trading a lot, like with
Can
leverage.
I just invest in a crypto and then have my chat pump it up and then sell it and then win?
Well, it's perps. So like, no, you can't do that. You shouldn't do that. But it's perps. So like the tickers and what are available on perps, whatever is there, you can trade.
I listen, if you invite me, I'll do it, bro. I love finance. I live for this shit. I mean, I literally love
this kind
of stuff.
But is that your advice?
We'll
is that your advice
more
to him how he should invest with his chat over the next 30 days is perps rather than like spot buying? Because everything what you're saying, and by the way, I'm curious your thoughts, Ansem. Like, does he pass the sniff test? Like everything he's saying, the cat stuff. I saw you shaking your head, nodding your head through a lot of what he was saying. It sounds like Miz has, a
good grasp for sure. A good grasp on things for sure. I didn't know what to expect when he said he was you said there's a streamer who's really popular and he's doing an investing thing. And I'm like, I don't know what that really means, but yeah, he's definitely on his game. We actually talked about Eaton last week for the same reasons that he's talking about Caterpillar. Like they build a lot of the stuff for the data centers. So we're kind of in the same ballpark. I like a lot of the AI stuff. We align on a lot of that. 30 days is tough. It's just because it's so short term that you can pick really good companies and then you could be down still. So like it's more day trading, I would say, if you want to like be aggressive with it. Like in this competition, it's going to be a ton of people. They're trying to make a lot in a shorter amount of time instead of like trying to have longer term plays that you compound over years. I mean, it's just two different ways of investing, but
well, keep in mind if the goal is like, I think if we can make like 10 to 15%, which I do think is very possible, with just a good upswing in the market, that's $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 my chat splitting between the people that participated.
It's legendary.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, and then, okay, what if I could do $1 million next month? They're splitting, $100,000 between the chat.
Yep.
That's crazy money, right? That's fucking awesome. So you're learning finance. You're being entertained by me. There's a couple Asian girls that go in the background while at the same time you're making money.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Right. That's the goal, is to just like, how can I make my chat money while I get to entertain and be stupid while, I continue to grow my brand? And it's wins all. I try to get wins all around for everybody. And even if it's a small loss for me, like I don't really care. Like $5,000, $10,000, whatever, I'll figure that out. I just won't pay my attorney that week, but I'm totally for like, doing more of this.
Yeah, if you guys win the competition, you have 100K. So they can split 100K.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
facts.
yeah.
You in the
It's
chat.
only 25K entry. But yeah, I would say like if you're to answer your question, Banks, on what to focus on for like a 30-day challenge, you're gonna want to look at stocks that have catalysts that are very short term coming up, and that's how you would
That's what
benefit
we're
off
looking.
that the first for sure.
Yeah,
I
What
think
are
we're
some
looking
off
at
the top of your
Nvidia.
head, Ansem, that you think could work for the next 30 days?
I think MP Materials is an interesting one. So I know you guys know Intel has crushed, done really well the past like couple months. One of the reasons that they've done so well is because of the US's focus on building out all the different levels of like the chip manufacturing here. So right now, everybody relies on TSMC, which is like the Taiwan semiconductor company for building these chips, for building the CPUs, actually like manufacturing them. And what Intel is working on is they want to build their own fabs here in the US. And so that was a one tailwind, but also the US government owns 10% of Intel. But like the US government doesn't only own Intel. There's also a lot of other companies that they've invested in a similar way. And I think they could have some good tailwinds over the next few weeks or so, because like people are like, oh, Trump invested in Intel and he's going to keep pumping Intel. What else did he invest in and what else is he looking at? So MP Materials is one of those companies. They're actually a rare earth.
MP Materials, you said?
MP, the ticker's MP. Yeah, MP
mining
Materials.
company?
Yeah, it's a mining company. So they're focused on sourcing and finding these rare earth metals. I think it's the Mountain Pass mine in California is the one that they have like access to. And I think they also just did a deal with Apple, I'm pretty sure, for like the future. But yeah, so right now the US relies on China for a lot of the rare earth metals that we source. And they're important for like EVs. They're important for like the magnets and all these electronics. And we have no real way of getting them except for these like very few mining companies. So MP is one of those. That's what I think.
What do you think about, and in my chat, some people have been spamming my chat for this a little bit. What do you think about HIMS?
HIMS.
You know,
We've talked about him in a few of the
we talked about HIMS. I haven't been able to find like enough conviction on it myself yet to be like, yeah, I'm super bullish on it. But I do think it's in a really interesting area. It's cheap enough that a narrative can push it a lot. Like obviously the peptides thing is super viral, and they're like right at that intersection. I can't say I know it like enough to be like, yeah, I'm super bullish HIMS, but it definitely is an interesting narrative.
Peptides, man, I'm saying whoever's the first to do the peptide shit or can get that figured out legally
crushes.
Yeah,
I will put every dime I have into their company, at least for a few months. I will put every dime in because they will blow. Yeah, they will blow everyone out of the water. Like everyone will be buying them. If I can,
is there any is there any sleepers that it's on anybody's radar in terms of that? Like,
I think Eli Lilly is the biggest one. I mean, they're like, I think the ticker's LLY. They're like the biggest company. They also were, I think they were not Ozempic or the other one. If it's not Ozempic, it's another one that they do. But yeah, they're a pretty large biotech company. But it's like they're the front runners right now to have the like
$1 trillion company,
the like legal whatever with all to do a lot of the peptide stuff.
Yeah, that's more longer term. I mean, so my thing with this too is like, I'm the financial advisor of my chat, right? I'm not really, but you know, in this scenario. So, but my plan is basically whatever we can make, you know, they keep. But you know, if for some reason we have an issue, like maybe I throw in a couple extra $100,000 and, you know, we try to figure it out, because I want them to be able to get out of this, that they, you know, yes, you don't always win. You don't, long-term investing is the play because they have their youth, which is so important.
Right.
Stock market's down. You're not stressing out. No one cares. You should be just living your life. Every month you put in a couple $100 and you compound interest over time. You're making money and you should be successful.
Exactly.
It will motivate you and grow you. And the thing is, yes, like this is tough in 30 days. I'll make it work, whatever I have to do for my chat and for the people. But yeah, if you have any finance stuff that you want to share with the chat, or you ever want to come in and just talk, I know Banks knows where I live. So if you ever want to come in or join the chat for you know, anything, because they liked your mining idea. They were like, oh, mining. They like that.
Cool.
They're down to hear.
He has some really good ideas. He's a really smart guy.
This is all I do to like, so I'm definitely down to keep chatting.
So I actually don't think we found out what is your role? Like, what do you exactly do?
Like in life or just in general?
in life. So in WoW.
So I used to be a software engineer. I went to Georgia Tech. I studied computer science. Found out about crypto in 2016. I had like a professor for this emerging technologies class. He was really big on Bitcoin. Then when I graduated in 2017, I was working as a software engineer. And that's when I started trading crypto. And so from like 2017 to now, basically, I've been trading crypto full-time since 2021. I've been full-time at Bullpen since early 2024. And yeah, I'm just full-time trader, full-time investor, and a builder, yeah.
Cool.
He bought Solana at $1.50.
I did.
For what it's worth.
I did. Yeah, my like Solana trade was like your Nvidia trade.
And he got a pet cat, and the chat social engineer doxed him, hit up every person in his family, found out what the cat's name was.
They were
ran,
fucking
ran a meme coin up to fucking, what was it? Hundreds of millions of dollars?
100 mil. Yeah.
100
Wait,
million.
what? The cat, what?
So I don't know if you know like Solana and meme coins in 2023, 2024. You know what WIF is? You know Bonk?
No.
You know Doge?
No. Yeah.
You know Doge. So like, and so when Solana went crazy in 2023, it went from like $20 to $200. I was one of the people who was super bullish Solana before that happened. And I also was like, well, there's not that many coins to buy on chain on Sol right now. So I think that Bonk is going to do really well. Bonk is this meme coin, probably one of the most popular meme coins on Solana at the time. And it was created by a lot of the core, like Solana evangelists, developers, builders, VCs, a ton of people around it. They rallied around Solana when FTX happened, launched Bonk. So in this cycle, I was like, well, if Solana comes back, Bonk is definitely going to come back. And then when Bonk did really well, it went from like 40 million market cap, I think, to 1.6 billion or whatever it went to. After that happened, meme coins on Solana went crazy. And so I was the dude who was like, you're the Solana meme coin guy. And so everything I talked about with on-chain with Solana was just going crazy. And at one point in 2024, it got so Black Mirror-esque that like anything I posted became a coin. Like it didn't matter if it was a word, picture, like it was a coin immediately.
Your cat.
So I posted my cat and people were like, what's the name of the cat? And I didn't tell them the name, went to sleep, took a nap. Then I woke up like a few hours later and my mom is texting me like, yo, why are people on Facebook asking me for the cat's name? Like what is going on? What's happening? And so eventually I posted the cat's name.
I rug pulled my cat's coin actually.
I didn't rug pull. I didn't rug pull the coin.
I could tell you the story. I rug pulled. So I was buying cryptos and I was doing this challenge with
Dude, this is such a fucking insane.
The glasses. I love the glasses.
So I was doing crypto trading for a month. I was doing the similar thing a year ago, but for crypto. Couldn't do it anymore for legal reasons. And when I was doing it, I was pulling up a bunch of stuff, and someone in my chat's like, "Dude, buy this coin called Chompy." And I just clicked on it, being like, "I don't know what the fuck this coin is." And I like clicked on it. I'm like, "This is stupid." And I clicked off. Chompy, it's my cat right here.
Oh yeah.
So when we first launched the FaZe thing, somebody sent Lacey like a fuck ton of Ozempic coins and it was worth whatever. He's like, "Do I sell this?" And I'm like, "No, dude, leave it all alone. Don't touch shit. Don't sell shit."
So what happened was the guy that owns the Chompy coin sent one of my mods, One Tap, who's a known scammer. He got sent 20 a lot of the coin, and since I brought it on screen for 1 second, some of my chat started buying it, and I think bots started to buy it because they like saw that it was like getting movement. Yeah. And it went from it literally got up to $25,000 in value. My these coins that were sent, and my mod One Tap's like, "Bro, I have $25,000 of coins. What the fuck do I do?"
How do I know that name?
For your he's he did a subathon for like 8 hours once. You may have been there.
Definitely not. Did he play Among Us? A lot of Among Us?
Yes, he did. That's crazy. Okay, you remember him from that? Wow, that is fucking.
I played
insane.
a lot of Among Us during that time. I was like, that was the one time I was ever in like a ton of streams. I don't know if anybody watching this remembers that, but like when Train and everybody would play, you probably played in a couple lobbies, but like it was XUC, it was Train, it was like we played all day, every day. It was 5 Up and those kids, Harambe and fucking.
So that was where One Tap was. It's crazy to remember that. So Chompy coin blew up, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do here. And everyone's like, "Dude, Miz, you're rug pulling." And I went got some views on Twitter, and then One Tap gave me the coin, so I just fucking sold it for cash. Obviously, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do here. I don't give a fuck. Like, and I told my chat, I said, "Dude, if you're stupid enough to buy this shit and you really did this, you're an idiot." And there's 25 grand of mine now that you're an idiot for. And I don't even think my viewers really bought it. I think it was bots that just saw the growth, because it was just so dumb. And That's basically it. I didn't care for the money. I was like, this is so dumb. Like, so he made me 25 grand pretty quickly. So shout out to Chompy.
So you're actually a fucking scammer, by the way.
Yeah,
because I've never done anything even remotely close to this, and I've been labeled X, Y, and Z. So you're actually.
So
I mean, it's like,
I have been called everything at this point, besides one thing, and I've been called everything under the sun, and I also am a scammer. Yes.
What's the one thing that you haven't been called?
It begins with a P.
Oh man, you're really baiting them in. You're really,
yes, I have never been called pretty, which sucks because I actually take my finesse right every day.
Oh, you're gorgeous. Your eyebrows. Show the eyebrows off real quick. Get nice and close.
Bro, does he low-key look like Rasmer? Am I tripping?
Yeah, I mean,
am I making that up?
He's a lot more handsome than Rasmer. And Raz, I love you, but like Miz has a good Miz is a good-looking kid. You're a good-looking kid, bro. You are.
Thank you, man. It's that trauma weight I lost. It's the Dibby numbers.
You're in good shape, but are you becoming more unrelatable because of that?
I think my relatability now is,
or is it just about refining and attracting a new audience? Like
yes, but I think my relatability for sure is my failures. Cause yes, if I was successful as a streamer, if everyone loved me, if I was doing really well, my relatability is over. That era is done. I'm too rich. I have too much money. I don't look like shit anymore. But the fact that I've tumbled so far down, the fact that I've had such hardships and things could not go my way and I've been fucked over, I'm now relatable to the chat. So I guess that's the one good thing about all this is I'm very relatable to them where it's like, damn, I've been thrown terrible bones and fucked over. And now that I'm resilient and I don't give up, that motivates them where it's like, yeah, dude, like he's not giving up. This guy, despite literally being in a 20v1 is winning the 20v1 and hasn't given up because he's so resilient. And I think that is the relationship now.
You should never bet against the resilient motherfucker. Like that's a especially one that's been successful through as many metas and eras as you have. And that's how I feel about myself too. I feel like if you were a fucking chart, I'm buying low on you. I'd fucking slam myself, full port in myself. And yeah, no, this has been a cool conversation. Z, I want you to get into the Cerebras stuff because it relates back to I think what me and Miz were talking about yesterday. What's your whole thesis on Cerebras? Why do you think it's a good interesting play? And that's the one I'm most excited about you talking about, like traditional market.
Yeah, so Cerebras is interesting. It's one of the most popular like private AI companies right now. They are CBRS is it's not live yet on the thing. But so they are a company, like one of the most popular private AI companies right now. The reason they're one of the most popular AI companies right now is so there's training for AI, which is like when you're training the new models, teaching them things and actually building the models. And then there's inference. So inference in AI is whenever we go to chat or go to Claude and we ask it something and then we're trying to get an answer and trying to build something. So that's inference. And there are a lot of companies who focus on building chips that are specifically for inference and are more performant in that way of computing. And Cerebras is one of the companies that's doing that. So they are reportedly like 50x more performant than Nvidia's inference. And the way that they do it, they have this like huge chip instead of a lot of the other semi companies have like smaller GPUs that are all connected together. They have one like really, really, really big chip. And the way they designed it makes them like the best company to go to for inference. So OpenAI is like, yeah, they're really cool. As you look them up, they the TBPN guys did a great interview with them, the CEO like last September. So I just watched that recently. It's really good. But yeah, so OpenAI is like using them for all their inference right now. And their entire backlog is like 90% OpenAI. So I think it's like something crazy like 20 billion of commitments that they have to like basically like, yo, go build as many of these chips as possible. We will fill whatever you can build, as many as you can build them up to like 20 billion. And OpenAI is the one supporting that. So this is a really hyped IPO. And the reason it's important is because Anthropic, as we know, is like 1 trillion valuation. OpenAI is like 1 trillion valuation. A lot of the other AI companies that are so integral to this bull market, you can't get access to. But Cerebras is deciding
they're hitting $1 trillion in market. Yeah.
Yeah. So Cerebras is trying to IPO, and they want to IPO, I think, at like 40 billion.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they are trying to raise like 3.6, but it's obviously already oversubscribed. And
Can
the
you
reason
trade this anywhere right now? Can you trade this on Hyperliquid, Bullpen?
you can trade it on Bullpen. Yeah, so you can trade Cerebras on
What's it trading
Bullpen.
at? What's the market cap at?
I think it's at like 60 billion right now. On Bullpen.
Again, this next to fucking Nvidia or any of these multi-trillion-dollar.
Yeah, they're calling it the Nvidia killer. That's what they're calling it, literally. Like that's what the popular tagline is for them.
What?
Yeah. So
when are they going to IPO?
Believe like definitely this year. I think over like the next few months. So I know people who are trying to like get in the round to buy like the actual raise that they're doing, and I know people who are buying like through Bullpen on Hyperliquid. So Hyperliquid is
you and your chat should really look into Hyperliquid and the platform and the product, because
definitely for sure, like 100%.
This will give you guys the option to, like, Robinhood, you're confined to what's actually out there in the public, right? Like, but on Hyperliquid, you could literally trade Anthropic right now. It's trading at whatever 1.2 trillion, and if you think that's underpriced,
but it was a lot lower too. Like you could have traded it when it was
when
lower.
did they open that market on Hyperliquid, and what did it open at on Hyperliquid? Do you know?
I want to say it was like around 500B. I think.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
I think. But yeah, so like Hyperliquid is interesting because as a decentralized protocol, they allow other people to build on top of them, and so there are other companies that are enabling trading of like these pre-IPO companies, and they're just using perps for them because obviously it doesn't trade yet. It's not on the public markets, but people know generally like what it should be valued at, and so the volume that the perp does kind of determines the price, and that's why you can trade it now.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'll look into CBRS or Hyperliquid. I'll look into these things. I do like your mining one. I think we're going to look into that literally right after the show, is your mining idea, because I think mining is something that's very big for all metals that are needed. So I think that's a good play. My chat did like that one. And we'll look into it. I for the sake of what we're doing, this content for the stream shit, I'm really trying to like stay away from crypto, because I want my chat to understand that you don't need to do crazy play crypto stuff to try to make a big play. You could just invest slowly into the market. You can invest in the Googles. You don't need to do wild and insane shit to really build up money over time.
For sure.
And yes, cryptos make sense. Even Hyperliquid makes sense, but I want people to understand that stocks are very important, and it's everything, and that they can make money through that as well. Because I think right now a lot of people's sentiment for crypto is like it just goes towards scam, which it shouldn't in some ways. For some of them, like I think Ethereum's great, I think Bitcoin's great, but I think right now the sentiment is, why even care about crypto when the stock market's doing so well, when you could just invest in Google and make way more money than Bitcoin. I mean, I saw a tweet today that someone said, if you invested if you're 30 and you invested when you're an 18 Ethereum, if you invested, you were at the same amount of money you were today or something like that.
Yeah, Ethereum's flat over the past 5 years. I actually said it at the beginning of this episode. Like AI stocks have crushed crypto over the past 2 years, and I'm a crypto guy.
It's crazy to think that it's literally just flat. It's had its highs and lows, but yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. I think the way that people should think about investing is it's like you have your high risk plays. For some people, that's crypto. For some people, that's like low cap stocks. For some people, that's options. And then you have your like core long-term plays, which is, as you said, like Google, Nvidia, Meta, Microsoft, companies like that. I definitely agree. It's like you have to separate your portfolio into different buckets, and just like divvy up whatever extra income that you have and kind of deploy it the proper way. But I agree with you. You definitely should be preaching what you're preaching to them. It's very accurate.
Yeah, because I think a lot of viewers who are in their early 20s or 30s, whatever, they've just been told crypto. They've been told, these gambling and stuff like that, like really risky things to try to make money quick. They see social media and they're like, holy shit, how do I become rich like this guy? How does this guy make so money so much fast? And a lot of times it's just lies, right? It's pump and dumps, it's lies, it's bullshit. It's things that they don't own that house. A lot of times I've seen these guys who have these things like, I have this crypto to get into. I have this thing. I make billions of dollars. They rent an Airbnb for a day and pretend it's their house, right? They lie, and because of that,
people make TikToks on fake jets and shit. Like fake
exactly. And because of that, these viewers feel like they're falling so far behind, and that they need to do rich money quick shit, so they go to the crazy gambles that fail.
Yep.
And I want them to understand that, like, you don't need to do that. You can invest slowly
It's
over
just
time.
so unfortunate, though, man. We talked about this earlier, Ansem. We even made we touched on this, Miz, and I think we could probably wrap on this because it kind of sums up the entire thing, like this entire collab, the show, etc. It's unfortunately in like these mainstream communities, and like I use mainstream loosely, like in these streaming communities, even, which aren't, these are people that live on the internet. You know what I mean? They are on the internet for a lot longer than the average person, even. And even these people have kind of came to the conclusion that crypto equals scam, right? And it's like, it's unfortunate because there are great products in crypto like Hyperliquid. There are great opportunities. Like your chat yesterday, we brought up Hyperliquid, we brought up Zcash, and to watch them scam.
It's it's our fault though. Like it's crypto people's fault. I agree,
but like it's like the fucking snake eating its own tail situation where it's like, fuck, man, like what is how do we fix it? Like we're sitting here trying to.
Sorry, but sorry to cut you off. But you fixed it by highlighting the important projects and highlighting what's doing well and what's innovating. I think that's the way, because it's true. I mean, we said it earlier. It's like 90% of startups fail. Like a lot of VCs make investments that aren't great investments. So like if you're in a space that's one of the newest spaces, the most innovative, you're obviously going to see people try new things that don't work. And you're going to see people, bad actors come into the space. The thing about crypto, it's permissionless. And when you have something that's permissionless and decentralized, obviously it's like you have people who are going to take advantage of that. But the same thing that makes Hyperliquid such a great platform is the same thing that allows people to scam in that way. So it's like it's a double-edged sword.
Professionalism.
Because 99% of everything is a fucking scam, right? Like 99% of the fucking the tweets you read are a fucking lie and a fucking scam. It kind of goes hand in hand with everything, though. The way that you, the viewer, and the average person should navigate the internet in general, or anything in general, is be hyper skeptical and like do deep research and like come to your own conclusion. Like use all the tools that you can. That's the fucking thing that bothers me so much.
That's too much work for them. They don't want to do that.
They need other people to do it for them.
And then those people point and fucking blame us. Like, I don't know, dude, I'm so still passionate about crypto. And I've just been, I feel like I've been in a lot of ways, like the baby has been thrown out with the bathwater. Like this fucking scam crypto narrative really bothers me. And I like feel like it's part of my fucking purpose and part of my job to like correct that. But then you have like CT who fucking, you know what I mean, freaks out about X, Y, and Z. And it's just like fucking so weird. You know what I'm saying?
So I think a big problem with crypto too is not necessarily just the scams. I think it's the people behind the scams that have made people very annoyed. Because you got like crypto bros were a very popular thing, right? Like these guys with backwards hats, they act like douchebags. They're drinking beer all day. You know, they're trying to tell you how to make money. They made $1 billion this year. They're trying to tell you how to do stuff. They're the ones that were successful. And they kind of ruined that feeling, these like chud-like people. When now, like you want professionalism, you know, you don't see that a lot with crypto. And maybe it's getting better now, but for those eras during COVID and et cetera, it felt like these people really didn't understand what they were saying. They felt like they were taking advantage of you, and it's what caused that problem. Nowadays, I think like people love stocks. It's more buttoned up. It's more professional. It feels more professional. It doesn't feel like you're being conned into something. It doesn't feel like you're talking to a guy outside of high school, right? And I think that's why they feel that way with crypto. It has that same NFT feel, right? Where it's like,
I think it's just I think it's much worse than anybody on CT wants to admit. Like, I really think it's like so much worse. Here we are with somebody who's chronically online, Mizkif. He understands the nuances of streaming, attention, whatever, his chat, whatever. He's dedicated the next 30 days of his platform, his content, to investing $300,000 into making as much money as possible for his chat. Hyperliquid is obviously a tool that him and his chat could use for success in this effort. It's absolutely something you should understand and be using. The fact that there's any sort of resistance there, and the fact that the door is kind of shut immediately and it's chalked up as, we want to stay away from crypto. And this is a chat of 6,000 people and a fucking streamer, you know, with an audience of a lot more than that. It's like, that's really fucking bad. It's like the fucking, I don't know.
Yeah,
like
but just give it time. You know, if crypto's really not going away for a while, give it a few more years and it'll be okay. But the thing is, right now, it's like you got, you know, crypto people, it's seen as like an ex-girlfriend that, you know, went crazy. Now you're trying to get back together with her. She's like, oh, well, you were nuts. You got to show over time that you're not as crazy, you know, and then maybe they'll
That's
come
actually
back.
how I personally feel about my relationship with crypto. It's crazy that you could say that because it's like a really good metaphor.
Who do you think of when you think of crypto, Miz? I'm actually interested. Like, what's your
My
like?
ex.
like
No, but actually, like thought leaders and people.
if
who
you're
are,
like crypto, who's like the most famous crypto person that you think you would like think of?
Who do you think of when I think of?
Like, I think of
crypto?
Yeah,
Michael
I'm
Saylor.
curious
I
what the
think of
chat.
I think of like Andrew Tate. like just that era.
Bro, can we please pull up the fucking back and
Or
forth?
okay,
that we
like
have?
another example
please.
of someone is CoffeeZilla. Like I think CoffeeZilla. I think Logan Paul really like with the whole crypto zoo thing really fucked up crypto. That one was one that was really big.
Dang, he deleted them. Fuck.
Oh, he did.
He deleted.
Share your screen though. Share your screen.
It's funny you say, bro. It's funny you say Andrew Tate because there was a point like last cycle when all the meme shit was.
Listen, you broke mulatto fuck. I've never seen it. This is
Bro,
insane.
this is a legendary clapback, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, this is you?
Yeah, this is me. It was me and him. We're going back and forth. So when the meme coin shit was popping off, Andrew Tate was one of the people. Obviously, was like, "Yo, I can make money doing this. I'm gonna do this and get involved with this." And so, like, his team launched a bunch of coins. He supported a bunch of coins, and he was going back and forth with me because at the time I was like the Solana meme coin whatever person. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna stir up shit with him." If I get like attention from all his followers, I'm gonna get more people to buy my coin, X, Y, and Z. So we had a back and forth. I've never met this person, by the way. I didn't know him at the time. Never talked to him before any of this. But we had a period we were going back and forth, like talking shit to each other online. And I was basically telling him like your coin's going to zero, X, Y, and Z. And he deleted the post. I wish I had what this shit said because it was really fun. I had to reply to it because we were just like arguing. But at the time he was getting on me for boxing because I did some like celebrity boxing, got my ass beat bad, like publicly in front of a lot of people. And he was like saying I can't fight and all this other shit. But yeah, we've had our back and forth. So it's funny that you say Andrew Tate. At the time it was like CT was on my side and they were like, fuck him. We don't want anything to do with his coins.
Miz Ansem for a while was
interesting.
like the fucking main character of crypto.
Yeah.
And he was like the fucking connector and the point of contact and like the bridge in for all these celebrities. Like I witnessed this live happen by the way. Me and Z have been friends for years.
Yeah.
Like, who's the most
way
famous
before
person
the-
you know then?
Way before the show. I mean, in CT, maybe. For sure.
Wait, you say who's the most famous person?
Who's the
I
most
know.
famous
Like,
person. Yeah.
did
Kanye.
I know that I've met? Yeah, I have met Kanye. I did talk to Kanye.
I was just about to bring this up. I witnessed this live, Miz. We're on Rodeo. I think you're still dating the same girl at the time, right? This is like the first day that you were ever with her. This was a
Same
fucking
girl.
pretty pivotal, crazy, weird day. We're on Rodeo. We're in one of the stores, and everyone starts spamming like our phones and stuff, and Twitter's blowing up, CT's blowing up, and it's like, yo, Kanye just tweeted about you. And Kanye's like live tweeting, like, yo, Ansem, hit me up, like, yo, Ansem, pull up on me, like shit like that. Like, and everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, and you pulled up on him, you linked him.
Yeah, but I mean, that was when we were on Rodeo. That was when I was already out there. He was tweeting the video of us talking back and forth to each other.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Okay,
he was texting me like, "Yo, what should the caption be for it?" And then he tweeted the video because he like had asked me to come out and talk to him about crypto and like teach him about crypto, what he should do, what he shouldn't do. Well, that's why I was actually in LA. That's why I was out there. Yeah, that was a crazy week. That was a crazy week. Unfortunately, he did not listen to what the advice that I gave him, but
Literally
that's another story. But yeah, I mean, fucking 2024 was weird for me.
Yeah, I'm a big Kanye fan.
Yeah, he's great. He's super talented
too. I think he's one of the greatest artists of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the greatest artist of all time.
That's crazy, dude. I mean, you sound like you've met. I mean, I think the most famous person I've met is Banks. Probably. I mean, honestly, I don't really know famous people. I know like, yeah, I don't have that kind of ability. I typed in Aiden Ross's chat one time and he responded, so that was pretty cool. I know, and I know Mark Zuckerberg.
My favorite famous person is Saquon. Saquon's the GOAT. Saquon Barkley.
SB's the GOAT. He is. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're listen. I followed you on Twitter too. If you ever want to come on stream and talk, like, if you have
you
ideas,
guys should, bro. You guys really should. And I floated a couple other names at you too, and I would trust Ansem more with this, but he could put you in touch with and in contact with people who
Yeah, I
would
can-
love to talk more to you about this shit or accounts to follow or whatever. Like,
Yeah, and also like there's a ton of, I don't want to say like crypto does have a bad reputation, but there's also a lot of really reputable people in crypto. They're just like not as well known as the people who are doing the bad thing. That's the fucked up part about crypto. It's like the people who are very good at marketing and like very good at attracting attention to themselves are usually the worst people. And there's a lot of good people who have like the core tenets of crypto at heart and are great evangelists of the technology that people don't really know about or get to talk to. So like if you ever want to talk to those people, I can put you in touch with those people as well. There's a lot of really great people in crypto for sure.
Did you get me in touch with Kanye?
I don't know about that one, bro. I don't know how close we are.
Does he want to invest and see if he can beat my chat?
Maybe.
I think Miz, we're gonna probably have to have a follow up next week. I think
I'm down to pull up for sure though. I'm down to come on.
Miz, if you're down, I think you should pop in for at least a little 15-minute window for the rest of the month. Next episode and the two following that, and we can kind of follow you on your journey and follow up this conversation. It makes sense. It's totally in line with what we're doing and what we're about. This is a really interesting conversation. I think
This was cool. This was fucking sick.
It was cool to watch you guys go back and forth. It was cool to watch you, Z, kind of download all the information in real time around like the streaming shit, the nuances of that. Yeah, best of luck to you and your chat as far as this fucking challenge goes. I think what you're doing is great. I think it's God's work.
Yeah.
And we relate on a lot of things, and I appreciate you. I appreciate your resilience. Don't give up. Keep pushing forward. Just be the best you can be, and everything else will work out. Cream rises to the top, baby.
We have a very similar path, but one thing I know is that it's a path. It's not the end. You know, we're resilient. We work hard, and you know, I think now I've got good people in my corner, which is basically just my cat, and now I'll be good to go. But
and the six Asian girls that are tied up in the closet.
Well,
such a weird scene, bro. You're such a weird person.
I feel like you're making that up, bro. I don't see them. They're not on stream. I don't see them.
They were there yesterday. He might have cleaned the maids might have came this morning. I don't know. Like,
well, they are the maids. One sleeps on my couch. She's actually a very successful person in K-pop. We just met watching Grey's Anatomy with each other one day.
There's one. Look.
Yeah, that's a Bulbasaur. And then we have there was a MILF in my bed who slept over. Yeah, it's, you know,
they were all Asian. You definitely have a type. Definitely have a type.
No, I don't. It's just how it's just where the road takes you. I actually like Latinos the most, but we can talk about that next podcast.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next show. Thank you, Mrs. Chat. You guys were good to me yesterday, and it was really, really fun. And this is great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro. I linked up with you. If you're in FaZe Banks chat, if you want to watch me whenever he's not streaming, I'm on Kick. I'm doing this every single day. We're a very active community. We're constantly trading. So if you guys want to come over here and watch, and make some money yourself, we're here.
And Mrs. Chat, I know at least a few of you guys like me, so maybe follow me in these episodes that we do and support the show.
Spam his channel
and fucking follow me on this. I need people on this side. I appreciate you guys, and we're kind of all interested in the same type of shit. Appreciate you, Miz. Love, brother. Love. Thank you for coming on the show.
Love,
no
bro.
problem. Peace out, guys, and thank you for everything.
Later.
Peace.